Today we're making smoked chicken thighs that are juicy, smoky, and packed with flavor. Served with a cool, homemade tzatziki sauce and simple grilled vegetables. Alright, let's get into it. We're going to start by making the tzatziki sauce. I always start with garlic. I'm slicing it first very thinly, and then I'm going to chop it into a fine mince. Some of this garlic's for the tzatziki, and some of it's going to be used later for the chicken marinade. But doing it all at once just makes the whole cook smoother. Next up is the fresh dill. This is one of those herbs that really makes tzatziki what it is. Bright, fresh, and clean. I like to chop it pretty finely so it distributes evenly through the sauce and you get a little bit in every bite. You could also add some fresh mint to your sauce as well, but I typically just do dill. Now I'm doing rosemary, and this isn't for the tzatziki, it's actually for the chicken marinade. But I like to get all my herbs and aromatics prepped first, even if they're going into different parts of the dish. Once you're cooking, everything is ready to go if everything's prepped out already. For the cucumber, I'm going with a small, fine dice. You want the pieces small enough that they blend into the sauce without taking over the texture. And just like with the herbs, taking your time here really pays off in the final result. Now for a lot of tzatziki recipes, they actually grate their cucumber, but I kind of like the texture and that flavor of cucumber as you bite through the sauce. For me, food is about flavor and texture. When everything tastes the same, it gets boring. I want each bite to give you something a little different, but still work together as one dish. Alright, so now we can finally get to the base of the tzatziki. I'm using full-fat Greek yogurt. This is Fage 5%, because it's thick, rich, and has a really clean flavor. That higher fat content gives the sauce body, and it makes it feel more like something you'd get at a restaurant. It's way better to use full-fat 5% Greek yogurt than fat-free. Now, everything comes together. I've got my cucumber here. I'll put in 1 clove of fresh garlic and a lot of fresh dill. It's almost the entire bunch that we chopped earlier. I like my tzatziki sauce to be very herbaceous. Then I'll give it a drizzle of some really good extra virgin olive oil, a pinch of kosher salt, and some fresh lemon juice. We'll just give this a mix and let it sit in the fridge until you're ready to serve it with the chicken. We'll just give it a little taste and make sure it's where we want it to be, and it's good. Now for the chicken. The chicken thighs go into a bowl, then in goes the chopped rosemary, plenty of garlic, about 8 cloves, some really good extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt, and some fresh cracked black pepper, and then some lemon juice. Give it a really good mix so everything's coated, then let it marinate for at least 4 hours, overnight if you can. And this right here is what you're looking for right before it hits the grill. Alright, let's get our grilled vegetables prepped. I'm using zucchini and red bell pepper, but honestly you can grill whatever vegetables you like. This is just what I had on hand in the fridge. Whatever you decide to use, just make sure you keep them big enough that you can still maneuver them on the grill without losing them down the grates. Once the veggies are cut, just toss them with some extra virgin olive oil, kosher salt, and fresh cracked black pepper. Now it's time to grill the chicken. Here's a trick I've used for years, and it's something we do all the time in restaurants. I line everything up at a 45-degree angle to the grill grates. It's not just about the diamond grill marks, it's also about control. When everything goes on the grill the same way, you always know exactly where you're at in the process. Give the chicken a half turn, then flip it and do the same thing on the other side. Because they're all positioned the same way, you instantly know what's been moved and what hasn't. Once the chicken's done, pull it off the grill and grill the vegetables. Another tip I always use, throw your lemons on the grill. Grilling them gives the juice way more depth than squeezing it fresh. That little bit of char adds so much flavor to this dish. Now the chicken's ready. Let it rest for a few minutes, then I'll slice into one so you can see how juicy it is in the middle. And right before serving, I always finish it with a squeeze of that grilled lemon right over the top. Simple to make, full of flavor. This chicken just really works. When the veggies come off the grill, I like to finish them with another drizzle of good extra virgin olive oil, a little bit of salt, and some more pepper. This flatbread recipe that I'm making here is actually coming out next Sunday. I'll make a video about it. I'm just giving you a sneak peek here. But fresh flatbread is way better than store-bought, and it goes perfectly with this meal, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like. If this is how you like to cook, I'd love to have you here. Subscribe and come gather at our table.